Never made it clear, never made it right. I'll be waiting here, waiting on a fortnight. This is the tortured poets department. My friends became my coat of armor. You have your clubs and I have mine. We're all going out tonight. My boy only breaks his favorite toys. Saw his face, I didn't have a choice. Got me looking like chasing you down for that ring. Even considered giving up my voice for you. Down bad, don't tell me about sad. Tonight I'm going out with the band. So long, London. Looked out of the window of my taxi. We had a beautiful love affair, but daddy, I love him. Don't make him be banished. We almost had it. I would have given everything, and I'm all dressed up and fresh out the slammer. Now the only one knows how to get hammered. Ride it in the sky, put it on a banner, let everyone know I'm fresh out the slammer. But we were in Florida, oh, and we fell in love. I'll never go to Florida again.
To why all of Taylor Swift's famous friends changed their profile pics to black and white, and no, not just to promote the album. The title of TS11 struck me as strange because normally she just does a one-word title. We have Fearless, Red, 1989, like things that are very snappy. So to me, this is very intentional. Could it be just because she wanted to get back at Joe Alwyn? Probably, but hear me out. It's called the Tortured Poets Department, and she's calling herself the chairman in the prologue, or whatever that little note was on her account. What if this album is going to be strictly collabs? Collabs with Haim, collabs with Kelsey Ballerini, collabs with Gracie Abrams. And I know not everyone on here is an artist, but like Zoe Kravitz was a songwriter on Midnights, and we didn't know her first songwriting, so who knows? Who knows if Lily Aldridge has some absolute bars in her? We don't know. Like, why would all these artists show up to the Grammys wearing the same color if not to promote a project they were all on?
Reason 13 million that the Torture Poets Department is a breakup album. Who is this? This is William Bowery. That's the pseudonym for Joe Alwyn.
William Bowery is Joe.
And we just got this variant this morning called The Albatross, which was immediately followed up by White Horse and Coney Island with Sabrina on piano. I'm telling you, the scream that I scrumped. Throwback Taylor, this is the best thing that I've ever seen. Taylor sang Coney Island after announcing the Albatross. And guess what happened in Coney Island in 1903? A fire that was started by one of the Albatross hotel employees because of the unrequited love at the west end of the Bowery. The Bowery is a hotel in New York that Joe Alwyn says he got the name inspiration from because it was his first place in New York he really spent. After Taylor and him broke up, the Emma Laird rumors started spiraling, and then she posted this end of April at the Bowery Hotel. I cannot make this shit up. Oh, she burnt that whole house to the ground.
But the Tortured Poets Department isn't black. It's like the sepia gold. Now, if we're taking the Rev Folklore Poets Department journey as if it's the timeline between her and Joe, Rep is full of love, Folklore kind of dwindles down a little bit, and then the Tortured Poets Department is kind of where she's starting to get her own self-love back through this healing process. It's almost like a full fade and then coming back into her own here. We can see when she performs Folklore at the Eras, when all the color gets pulled from the stage, she's left in black and white on the screen. However, she herself is in the sepia gold from this healing journey. Do we have to go through this cup of Joe then to get to Reputation, or is Reputation gonna come to then help us get through this cup of Joe?
Okay, one last video before I finally go to sleep. But I made a joke to my friend Karen earlier after Taylor announced the Tortured Poets Department album, and she was reading to me that the bonus track is called The Manuscript, and I made a joke to her about how that song is going to be just everything that Joe has ever called her. Like pathological people pleaser, just like listing, a manuscript of all the things he said to her, which I thought was like funny in itself to think about. And then I just thought, after finding out that he was a part of a group chat called the Tortured Man's Club, what if he called Taylor a tortured poet? Not only is she taking the whole title and titling her album The Tortured Poets Department, she's also calling herself the chairman of the Tortured Poets Department. Just gonna leave that there.
Never made it clear, never made it right. I've been waiting here, going on a fortnight. 2 weeks to the day. I think I've seen this film before, and I didn't like the ending. Can't put one over on me. I stay up with all of my friends past 2 a.m. talking my shit about you. They told me I should have compromised. When we do it again, we lie with a grin. You never thought I could doubt you. Finally, I started to realize that I should just run for the hills and never look back. Block all your texts, I never thought that you would be the one that made me open my eyes. I possessed all the days you told me I lied. All of my colors faded to black, and you were the one who helped me paint all my skies.
I think the Tortured Poets Department is about to reveal to us that Joe Alwyn wanted Taylor Swift to retire from the music industry, and that's one of the main reasons they broke up. Here's why I think that. The first thing that caught my attention was when Taylor won her award for Album of the Year for Midnights, and she went up and talked about how much she loves the work. She loves writing a new song, recording a new video, etc. She does not want to retire. One of the greatest things in the world for her, she says, is making music. Then Taylor posted the track list to the Tortured Poets Department, and some of these song titles continue a thread that we've seen in Taylor's previous songs, such as Bejeweled, that Joe wanted a quiet life for both of them. The first title that really stands out is But Daddy, I Love Him, which is a quote from the 1989 movie The Little Mermaid, where Princess Ariel says, "But Daddy, I love him," when she falls in love with a human and has to give up her voice and her mermaid tail to go be with him and be in love with him. And that's something that I think Taylor considered at one point. She considered giving up her career to be with Joe. Then the last track on the standard edition is called Clara Bow. Clara Bow was a silent film actress who ultimately moved to talking films. She was very famous. She was known as the It Girl, but the media was not very kind to her. Clara retired from acting at only age 28 after she met her husband and decided to settle down and have kids. But the rest of Clara's life after that was not very pleasant. Clara suffered from mental health issues and spent her later life institutionalized. At one point, she even attempted to off herself, but ultimately she lived to age 60 when she died of a heart attack. I believe Taylor's song, Clara Bow, is going to be about how her ex-partner Joe Alwyn wanted her to retire from her career, step back, settle down, have a marriage and kids, and Taylor didn't want to give up her career. In fact, I think this song, Clara Bow, is going to talk about how Taylor's glad she didn't give up her career for a man because of how much her career means to her. What do you guys think about this?